How to tell the difference between your knit stitch and your purl stitch. Okay, so your knit stitch is nice and flat. Okay, see? Then you've got your two bumps here that are right up against your needle, and those are your purl stitches. So knit stitches, these two, nice and flat. Then you've got two purl stitches right there. Okay, nice and flat, must be knit. Two purls with the bumps. Okay, let's work these real quick. Go back this way. So we're going to do those flat, so that must be a knit. Another flat one. These, we've got our bumps right there. I'm pulling on it. It's not getting any, they're not moving anywhere. They're staying right up against the needle, so those must be purl. So I'm going to purl those. A little different way of purling. This is the Norwegian purl. These stitches look nice and flat. Knit. Here's my bumps. Not moving, pulling. They're staying right up there against my needle, so those must be purl. Flat, must be knit. And two bumps, so those are purl. So now I have turned it over, finished my row and turned it over. And when a pattern says, do what you see, or you're making a rib and you're supposed to knit your knits and purl your purls, don't ever say, okay, so I ended the row on a purl stitch, so I must be starting on a purl stitch. It will mess you up, and it is the opposite. Here is what I'm looking at now. These are flat, so those must be my knits. These are purl, because they've got the bumps. Sometimes it can all be squished up and hard to see, and you look at it and you're like, well, they all look like purl. What am I supposed to do? What you do is you pull your fabric away from your needle, and it opens up, and you can see, oh, look at those two. The bumps are actually way down here, and in between the bumps and the needle is this flat yarn, and that's for your knitting. That's your knit stitch. Here, I'm going to pull this down, and yes, there's bumps down there, but there's bumps up here against this, and against your needle too, so those must be purl. So I would purl those if it says. When a pattern says do what you see, it means if it's a knit stitch, knit it, and if it's a purl stitch, purl it. You're going to do exactly what it tells you to do, what you see. And that's how you tell the difference between the two.